Hey guys, this is Sean Sandridge and I'm back for another video on Sunday. This beautiful Sunday morning, sunny morning, is actually afternoon. So I hope you guys are having great weather where you're at. Weather here has not been fantastic, but today is a beautiful day, so I'm enjoying it. So I just wanted to do a quick chit chat before the evening because the Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 4, the reunion, is on tonight, and I will be watching it with my snacks. It's supposed to be explosive, so we will see, and hopefully I will be live tweeting. So if you do not follow me on the other social media platforms, you can check me out on Twitter. You can check me out on Periscope. And you can check me out on Instagram. Same name, keeping it simple. I was busy this weekend on Instagram. So if you care to see what I was doing with Prom 2017, you will see that I got my daughter off to prom. And I want to thank everyone who gave the thumbs up. That mom did a fantastic job on getting my daughter ready for prom. So I should have done this a video beforehand because I really was stressed out over prom, and I will tell you why. Okay, so I am a child of coming of age of the 80s, and anybody that knows the 80s was not, the decade of fashion. Don't forget, I'm part of that genre of the Breakfast Club, Molly Ringwald, and we weren't looking at fashion forward in the 80s. But my daughter's time, everybody wants to look like these celebrities, and they think that the less skin, the better. And so there was a dress that my daughter wanted, and it was in Georgia, and I was not about to buy a dress. For one, the girl was half naked as far as I was concerned. I didn't think it was age appropriate. And the prom is where all of these young men and women can dress up and be young ladies and gentlemen. And the dress was not a bad dress. I did not think it was a prom dress, and I did not think it was a dress for an 18-year-old um, young lady, and my daughter and I don't always agree on dress. And so, part of it is that you have to have them buy into where you want to go. And it wasn't too much of a tug of war. It's just that my daughter is very headstrong. And when she has it in her mind that this is something that she wants, she really doesn't want to see an alternative option. But I said, listen, we're not going to spend that money, and we're going to take the weekend and we're going to go look at dresses. You really need to have the process of trying dresses on, see what looks nice and all that. So her dad and I went, dress shopping. I said, the whole process of buying the prom dresses, you really want to see, if this is the dress for you. And you're not going to be able to do that when you just see it on another person and then you try it on. And she tried on many dresses, and the dress that she ended up picking out, it was definitely a say yes to the dress moment, because we found two dresses that were really, really nice. And first she was stuck on wearing pink, and then she was stuck on a style. And I said, listen, we'll find the essence of what you're looking to wear, but I really wanted her to look, like a young, coming of age, maturing young lady. And I don't think you need to have all that skin. And frankly, this is still a school activity, and I really didn't want her to feel underdressed. And I know for a fact that if she had bought that dress, or we had bought that dress, she would have been completely out of place, because none of the other girls, at least from the pictures that I saw, looked anything like that dress. So anyway, mother knows best, right? But again, I have a very headstrong 18-year-old, and I really wanted her to try it on. So we tried on the dresses and all that, and she picked out the dress that she didn't even need our opinion. When she walked out, she was feeling herself in this dress. And it was so funny because the dress that she picked, was the dress that the sales lady had actually said, you know, we have another dress. I think she should try it on. And when she brought it out, all of us said, oh, like, yuck. It did not look attractive. I mean, I never considered gray as a color, and this definitely was not the color that was in. There was a lot of the royal blues and dark, like cobalt blues in, and definitely pinks and reds. And this was just not what she was looking at. And even the feathers, like the feathers, I wasn't feeling it. Dad wasn't feeling it. She wasn't feeling it. And she says, you know, you should try it on because it may not, you know, it doesn't look like much. But I have to say, when my daughter walked out and she walked down the dress, and actually we ended up having a taper the dress in the back because the back had a very long train. And I just said, you know, we'll have a smaller train. I said, because it's not like you could lift it up because there's so much bejewel on the dress itself that, you know, people are going to be stepping on your train, and this is not going to be fun for you. So we had them kind of cut around with the train, but the train was a lot longer than what you saw. I needed to be a little bit more friendly for her maneuvering around. And even then, she was saying how people were stepping on her dress and it was making her mad. But when she put the dress on with the feathers, the color, the bejewel, and all that, and then we got some accessories so she could try it on. She hadn't even had her hair styled yet, and it was the dress. So she got to take the picture saying yes to the dress and all that. So I was a little nervous, you know, because, you know, you don't want to get clowned on the dress. But we were very, very pleased. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's been on IG making really nice comments about the finished product. She was so happy because I guess now the way they do things in prom, when you go to different stores, depending on your neighborhood, you register your dress at the you know, the school that you're in, so that there's no one else wearing your dress. But because we went so far away, you know, she was like, you know, someone might have my dress. And I said, well, maybe that might be true, but you know, we went to a place where they didn't even have anybody coming from Indiana. She's like, you're my first customer from Indiana. So we were pretty safe that no one had the dress. And no one had the dress. No one had the dress with the feathers at the bottom. And she was so happy because no one looked anything like her. And she's like, no one had my hair like me, because I just said, let's go for like old Hollywood glamour with a kind of new twist. So she, you know, she got the very long ponytail and her, you know, her hair. I wanted her hair and makeup to look a little understated because the wow factor was the dress. So you know, for me, who feels like I don't have any fashion sense, I think I did a good job. I did a really good job. So, yeah, I'm glad prom 2017 is over. I do not have any more girls. I have 2 sons, and it is not going to be nearly as hard because really, I don't have to worry about boys being underdressed, you know, as far as like being half naked. That's always the problem. So, if any of you guys have seen prom disasters, like prom dresses go wrong, let me know. James Caldwell had said that, you know, made very nice comments about my daughter, and I was like, James, this is a thing for you. So James, if you're watching, I'm telling you, you should do like In My Travels and do prom 2017, because I know I've seen a couple like from the past on the news feeds where some of the ladies are wearing some outrageous dresses, and you know, some of the boys, they're kind of looking pimpish. So, you know, you could probably do the boys too, but of course the girls' dresses are always a lot more elaborate to critique and you know, see what went right and what went wrong and what were the trends. So yeah, it was a good time. So I hope everyone's enjoying their day. I think I'm gonna do this as a direct upload because I really didn't have too much to say. I am feeling a lot better, still coughing, but I'm feeling at 85%, so I'm gonna go work out this week. I actually dropped 2 pounds. Very happy about that. And it's not because I didn't eat. You know, I did eat while I was sick, but I'm really happy about that. I just kind of ate whatever I wanted, whatever my stomach would tolerate. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. So Yeah, so enjoy your day. We'll talk more tonight. Real Housewives of Atlanta, what are your predictions? Put it in the comments below. I think we're going to hear something a little crazy, but not much. And I don't think Phaedra is going to be kicked off the show. I think that what we need to see is how things evolve going into season 10. And I would like to see the dynamics between Portia and Phaedra and Nene, because if you watch what if you watch what happens live last weekend after the reunion, Nene had some very insightful things, and she was actually saying that when she was on the last season when they when she showed up, her and Greg, she said that Phaedra and Portia, you know how she was looking forward to seeing them, and she didn't tell them that she was coming, and she didn't realize she was going to get the response that she got from them. And she says that she has not spoken to Phaedra and Portia since the trip, and that was the season before last. So it would be really interesting to see how Phaedra and Portia survives this, and also how Nene, Phaedra, and Portia also deals with the dynamics, because Nene's not feeling Portia or Phaedra. So we need season 10 to have them in the mix, because we want to see one, how Phaedra squirms, if she does, but I don't think she will, because she always has that I'm not going to let anyone see me sweat. But it'll be interesting to see how she slithers out of all of this, and see how things evolve, and see how things come out. And Kenya Moore was in Chicago this past weekend. She was at a radio station, WVON, talking, and she was in Chicago at Sally Beauty Supply, promoting her hair care line. So good things are going on for Kenya. So she was in town. So Chicago's not far from Detroit, so it wasn't too far for her as far as traveling in Midwest. But yeah, so that's all I have for now. Let me know what you think is going to happen tonight. Thanks again for the well wishes of Prom 2017. I'm glad it's over. I get a little break. And again, I have two sons, and my son, he graduates next year. I don't know if he's going to go to prom, but we will see. So take care of yourself and each other, and I will talk to you later tonight. Real Housewives of Atlanta, part 4. Let's see if it's going to be any good. Bye.